I'm driving between Frank Lloyd Wright houses on a self guided tour in Madison last May. A flash of color catches my eye from someone's garden, and I feel a rush of serotonin. I pull a U turn to appreciate just a simple green bush covered in bright orange balls of flowers. And for a moment, I forget about what's happening back at home. Constantly caring for 3 geriatric dogs had been stressful and depressing, and I hit a wall a week earlier, and my husband insisted I get away for a few days to take care of me while he handled dog hospice. Seeing this orange flowering bush was the most joy I felt in weeks, and I wanted to take it back home with me. Caring for this plant seemed so much less complicated than multiple dying dogs, and I wish I had a shovel in the car. But I wait till I get home to start my search. I'm apparently looking for a Mandarin Light azalea. We planted azaleas before, but we didn't know that they needed acidic soil, so they didn't make it. I certainly didn't need more grief in my life, but I can handle losing a plant. So between medicating and hand feeding and changing dog diapers, I called around to all the local nurseries, but nobody had orange azaleas. Online, I found some bare sticks in a pot, but even those were sold out. It might be too late for specialty foliage. But my friend Scott runs a landscaping company, and I asked him for leads on this elusive flowering bush. Oh yeah, I got a guy. He told me about a wholesale landscaper that carries hard-to-get plants, but they don't sell to the general public, and his crew wasn't going over there anytime soon. I called and confirmed that they had 6 Mandarin Light azaleas, and I only needed 2, but they weren't going to make an exception for my personal order. But Scott had a plan. First, I put on work jeans and a flannel shirt and put my hair in a ponytail. Then I rented a truck from a home improvement store. Just $19 for the first 75 minutes. Scott insisted on the truck. My Prius would reveal my true identity. So at 9 a.m., I'm in the truck, and my goal is to make it back by 10:15 to keep it under $20 and to get back home to my dogs. So I get to the wholesale nursery, and for the next stop of Scott's plan, I confidently go to the sales building and say I'm there to pick up 2 Mandarin Light azaleas under his company's account. The sales gal hands me an invoice and points to a vague area by the greenhouses. It's almost 9:30, so I start looking for my orange azaleas. Hydrangeas? No. Viburnum? No. Rhododendron? Getting closer. An employee in a safety vest brings me inside a greenhouse, and it's full of unbloomed baby azaleas. And we read every label: purple, pink, yellow, and white, but no orange. He says, "We must not have orange. They'd be here. Sorry." So at 9:45, I walk back to the sales building to tell them, never mind. I'm bummed, but I tried. At least I'm only out the $20 for the truck and 2 hours of dicking around. But the sales gal insists they have some. She asked another guy to take me to a random area where a truck was just unloaded, and he pulls out 6 more bushes. They're too young to bloom, but the label says Mandarin Lights. He can tell by my smile that I'm not really on a landscaping crew. He insists I take my time and pick the 2 I want. I'm really grateful he lets me get away with this. So as we walk back to the truck, I realize these 2 bushes will totally fit inside the cab. The guy helping me plays along. "Is this your truck? You must have more loads to pick up." "Oh yeah, this is just my first stop." So at 10 o'clock, I'm back in the truck, head back to return it, and at 10:10, I park it in a spot, run the bushes to my Prius, and return the keys just before the deadline. And the next day, we plant the azaleas in the front yard to brighten someone else's day as they pass by. And 2 weeks later, we go from 3 dogs down to just 1. And nothing would make me happy after that for a few months, not even the azaleas. And they wouldn't even maybe bloom for a year, and those green leaves were not helping. But I know that caring for things is hard, and it takes time and effort to see something thrive. So all summer long, we watered the bushes between rains. And in the fall, we tested the pH of the soil and added peat moss for more acidity. And throughout the winter, we wondered if they'd really make it. But in the summer, I saw some buds that gave me some hope. I'm not one to acknowledge death-iversaries, but that double dog day is coming up in a few weeks. But this week is the 1-year anniversary of planting the azaleas, and those simple green leaves are finally outnumbered by huge orange blooms of flowers. Thank you.